All right, are you guys ready? We're going to be doing a shoulder strengthening class tonight. So I don't think it's going to be too wild, but it'll definitely have emphasis on working our shoulders. So, okay, we're going to need blocks and also a belt or a scarf to do some shoulder flossing as well. We're going to be working on opening up and mobilizing just a little bit through our shoulders first before we start getting into some more strengthening work. All right, so yeah, I mean, strong shoulders, it's actually really important for our posture as well. It's one of those kind of peripheral, support joints that helps maintain good posture. So adding a little bit of strength and openness, mobility through our shoulders helps to prevent slouching and also helps us to stand nice and upright. So it's not all just about the gun show and the delts, actually quite functional as well. Okay, so if you like, you can start lying down today. Make sure you've got one or two of your blocks handy because we're going to be laying over our block to open up through our thoracic. And to start as well, if you want to lay down with your bolster under your knees or laying down spine over your bolster, please go ahead. So just getting yourself comfortable, shoulders down away from your ears. And placing your hands wherever they feel comfortable. Close your eyes. My favorite posture. Kapha girls just want to take a nap. All right. I'm tuning into the sounds around you. And observing the air temperature and the feeling of the clothes resting on your body. And just really drawing your awareness away from the busyness of your day, our to-do lists and all the happenings, and dropping into your body. Try to relax into your legs, your hips, your belly and chest. Relax your arms and soften into your back and spine. Relax your jaw, relax your face. And bring your awareness to your breath. Observing the natural flow of your breath in and out of your nose. And if you like, you can take a few outward vocal sighs. Just letting go and letting go into your breath. And taking one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart center. And start to deepen your breath. Drawing the breath all the way down into the lower lobes of your lungs. Feeling your belly naturally expand into your palm. As you exhale, feeling your belly naturally fall away from your palm. Taking 3 more full deep breaths. Just letting each breath be easy and conscious. Now preparing to move into Gauranga breathing. So exhaling completely all together to sync our breath. And then take an inhale, filling your lungs. And say the sound. Gauranga. Inhale. Gauranga. 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 One more time. Gauranga. And return to your regular breathing pattern. Release your palms and arms to the sides. And reach for your block. And then draw your knees in, rocking yourself up to sit. I'm going to place the block so that it runs down our thoracic spine. So you can actually move it a little up and a little down depending on how it feels and where it feels most comfortable to enter into this position. And then after about a minute or so, you can also move the block up a little higher up your spine or down a little lower down your spine. So don't get too fixated on it being the most perfectly perfect position. It's all good. And also knowing that this upper area of our back is the most kind of immobile area because it's got all the rib attachments. So not expecting too much from it and just taking your spine over the block and then carefully lowering your head back. Maybe adjusting yourself up or down your block so that your head can rest comfortably. And we're just going to hang out here for about a minute. So just tuning into your breath and trying to relax as much as you can through the shoulder area, through your upper back. And just taking a few more breaths here. Really letting go and relaxing. Now getting ready to come out of the pose. Press your forearms into the floor, raise your head up. Supporting yourself on your forearms and remove the block. Come down to lay flat. Just soak up that yummy feeling for a moment. Now bring your feet in close to your buttocks, heels in nice and close to your glutes. Taking your block, so lengthways up now, up nice and high. We're going to rest our sacrum on this top edge of the block to go into a supported bridge pose. So lifting up and placing the block there, and then just allow your sacrum to settle over the block, arms down alongside your body. And just try to let go as best you can. If it feels a little unstable, just maybe move your feet forward or back, or move your shoulders back a little until you feel like you've really got that nice secure spot. And you should be able to just let go, let everything be nice and heavy. And you'll feel just a slight broadening and softening through the sacral area. Just trying to let go into that. Breathing naturally. One more breath here. And now press into your feet. Lift a little, lifting your hips off the block. Remove the block. Lower your back to the floor. Taking your block away now. Coming into full bridge pose. Press into your feet. Raise your hips. Interlock your hands underneath your body. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift, lift, lift into the pose. So emphasizing that stretch in the shoulders now. Lift into your hips. Press your forearms into the floor and take your awareness to your shoulder blades, to your collarbones broadening. One more breath here. I'm going to instruct this before I kick over because it's probably going to suffocate my microphone. We're going to go into a modified plow pose. So instead of reaching our toes all the way forward with straight legs, it's early on in our practice, so just taking it nice and easy, but trying to keep the hands clasped together and working on that shoulder opening experience, kicking your legs over, bending the knees, and just curling over your head in a nice passive position, but really pressing your arms down into the floor. So kicking over as you feel comfortable. You might need to support your back as you raise your legs up and over. And get into that arm and shoulder position, and then just let your knees hang forward. Lift through the hips. Trying to lift the hips right above the shoulders. And slowly release. Release the bind of your hands. Release your feet and hips and spine back to the floor. Relax. Just enjoying that nice prana rush of circulation. All right, coming over onto your belly now. So rolling straight over. Setting yourself up nice and neat and tidy so your legs are extended, pointing into your toes, firming through the thighs. Raise your arms out in front. Forehead stays resting on the floor as we lift and lower our arms. So moving with your breath, not rushing the repetitions. Forehead stays down. Extend into your fingertips. Gently squeeze through your buttocks. And let's begin. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale to lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Keep moving with your breath. Five more. As you reach your arms up, also reach forward into your fingertips. Exhale, lower your arms down, taking your arms down alongside your body. Take a breath. And press yourself back into extended child's pose. Reaching out into your fingertips, set your shoulders down your back as you simultaneously reach forward. Forehead to the floor. And exaggerating the stretch. Really reaching through the shoulders, coming right up onto the tops of your fingers and thumbs. Exhale, hands to the floor. And come up to sit on your heels, reaching for your belt. So making sure your belt is wide enough to suit your range of motion. We're going to hold the belt, one side in each hand, and be taking the arms back and forth. So make sure it's wide enough that you can go all the way over and come all the way back, and then we'll shorten it a little and do a bit of a chest and shoulder hang. I really don't like is when the belt is flopping around and whacks me in the face. So I'm just going to arrange my belt so it's secure. All right. When you've got your belt secure, raising your arms up. And over. And up. Keeping your breath flowing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep lifting through your spine. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's do 2 more repetitions. Bring your belt back to center, make it a little bit shorter. And taking the arms up and over your head. Extend, extend, extend. Openness through the chest. So you're not working into the lumbar spine here, keeping your core switched on, navel drawing in, and you're lifting and opening, extending through the shoulders. So it's all shoulders and chest. Yes, it is. 2 more breaths here. I'm hyperventilating. My breaths are very short. 2 more deep breaths. Exhaling, slowly release. Yes, 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 wonderful. Set your belt to the side. All right, coming over onto all fours. Getting ready for a dynamic thread the needle. So thread the needle, but we'll go 5 times, flossing our needle, and then come down to hold the position. So raising your right arm up first, and exhale. Taking your arm down and through, tap the shoulder to the floor, press down into the left palm, raise the right arm up, nice big reach. Exhale, shoulder to the floor, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I've lost count, but let's do 1 more. Inhale, exhale. All right, keeping your hips stacked above your knees, reaching back into your hips, soften your shoulder to the floor, turning your head to one side. Inhale the left arm up, exhale, hand to the sacrum or bound in front of your right thigh and draw the top shoulder back. So softening into the face, lengthening into your neck. And as you draw the top shoulder back, feeling that stretch through the thoracic area and the shoulders. Slowly release. Both hands to the floor. Reset yourself in cat position and let's go to the other side. Inhale, nice big reach to the left. Exhale, left shoulder comes down. Inhale, reaching the arms up. The arms. Exhale, that would be magical. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale. Shoulder to the floor. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, hand to the sacrum. Or taking your hand in front of your left thigh. Settling into this position and then taking the top shoulder back. Accentuating that stretch between the shoulder blades, through the collarbones, through the chest. Exhale, slowly unravel, pressing back up onto all fours and taking a round of cat-cows. So 5 breaths, 5 cycles of cat-cow, focusing on coordinating your breath and your movement. Inhale, tilt your pelvis forward, looking forward, reach your heart center forward and press the floor away. Exhale, continue to press the floor away, tuck the tailbone, draw the navel in, chin in toward your chest. And now just moving in your own flow. When you've completed your 5 cycles, walk your hands forward just a little, tuck your toes under, and make your way up into downward dog. You guys are familiar with the pose, so just finding your way in there, choosing your favorite warm-ups, taking your time to come all the way into the pose. So you might like to start with your foundations, checking that your fingers and thumbs are spread nice and wide, and lifting and lowering through your feet, stretching out through the backs of the legs. And when you're ready, lift, lift, lift. And lower the heels down. Holding the pose for 5 breaths. Looking between your hands and walking your feet forward. And taking a quick forward fold here. Just a nice relaxed stretch before rolling up. Coming up to stand at the top of your mat. Getting ready for sun salutations. Bring your palms together in prayer position. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale, grounding into your feet, lifting into the crown of your head. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump a step back into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale. Lift back into downward dog, holding for 3 breaths. Good. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, hands either side of your foot. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, lower down, all in that outward breath. Inhale, reaching, lifting up, reaching up. Exhale, downward dog. Did we do the left side? I'm now spaced out. We're going to go left again. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale. Did we just do the left side twice? I am so sorry. Step back. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. A little extra lunar energy with the left foot. Jump forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump or step back into plank. And lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Hold for 3 breaths. Inhale, raise your right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, raise the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. Downward dog, look in between your hands. Jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. Interlock your hands behind your body. Starting with a nice shoulder stretch, just drawing your shoulder blades in toward each other. Press your palms together and slide your hands down behind you until you feel a nice stretch. So you can stay here if that feels far enough. Otherwise, bending through the knees, laying your belly over your thighs, taking your arms up and over. And if your legs feel ready for it, you can go ahead and straighten your legs. Coming into double angle pose. So standing forward fold with the shoulder stretch, arms overhead. Holding here for a few more breaths. Inhale, bend through the knees, leading up with your hands, coming all the way up to stand. Release your hands and take a few shoulder rolls. Palms come together in prayer position. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump or step back into plank. And lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, settling into downward dog, and we're going to go into a down dog plank dynamic series. Taking a couple of breaths here. And if you like, I'll demonstrate first if you just want to drop your knees to the floor or look out the side, just so you can see what I mean by rocket plank. So we're going to go from holding downward dog, shifting our weight forward, coming into plank. So really settling the hips down, holding there for a few breaths. And then we'll lift on the toes and lift the shoulders and round, 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 holding this position. Then we'll shift back to downward dog. We're going to do that series 5 times total. All right, so starting in downward dog and coming forward into plank, holding there for a couple of breaths. And then lifting on the toes, lifting and rounding, Keeping the hips low, but pressing the floor away. And press back, downward dog. Come forward into plank. Hips are low. Lift, rocket, plank. And come back, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Lift into rocket plank. Settle back into downward dog. 2 more rounds. Plank position. Lift into rocket plank. Press, press, press. Lift the floor away. Drawing your chest in. And come back into downward dog. 1 more time. Plank position. And lift, lift, lift. And take it back into downward dog. Look between your hands and jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Okay, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump or step back into plank. And lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Holding here for a few breaths. Inhale, raise your right leg up. Exhale, step it in between your hands. Spin your back foot down at a slight angle. Inhale, cartwheel the arms up, coming into warrior 2. Stacking your knee above your ankle, arms out at shoulder height, turning to look just beyond your right fingertips. So try to lift into the shoulders and extend out into your fingertips. So you can have your arms out and they're kind of dangling, but try to really activate through your arms and keep dropping down into that front leg. Lifting through the inner arches, holding. Taking it back, reverse warrior. And now taking it forward, either forearm to your thigh or hand to a block or all the way to the floor. And taking the arm up, coming into side angle. And if you like, taking your arm down, upper arm comes down toward the ear. And keep lifting through the hips, lifting through the groins as you ground down through your feet. Engaging Mula Bandha, holding for 1 more breath. Inhale, come back up through warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands to the floor. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale. Spin the back foot down at a slight angle. Cartwheel the arms up. Arms out at shoulder height, turning to look toward your left fingertips, activating through the shoulders and arms, reaching into your fingertips. Keeping the knees stacked above the ankle and the arches are lifted. And taking it back, inhale. Staying here for a couple of breaths. Keep dropping forward into that front thigh as you reach back over your back leg. Exhaling. Lowering the left arm down now, either to your thigh or hand to the floor. Coming into side angle pose. Staying nice and buoyant through your hips and upper body. And maybe coming into extended side angle with the arm down by the ear. And using your shoulder and your knee working in toward each other to help create lift and buoyancy in the pose. Inhale. Lift up to warrior two. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Step back. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, knees to the floor, coming to rest in child's pose. And staying here for about 3 to 5 breaths, resting into your thighs, resting through your shoulders, letting everything be soft. One more breath. Okay. All right, we're going to slowly make our way back into downward dog. We're going to go into a 3-legged downward dog, and fun option to do some 3-legged downward dog hops on the one leg. So you'll feel it working in your shoulders, definitely, but definitely recruit your core muscles. Like, that's where a lot of the power is going to come from and the control. And make sure you switch on your legs too. The tighter your legs are, the easier they're going to be to lift and lower or to control as you hop up and down. So it doesn't matter how high you go, because it's not just about I mean, there's a psychological aspect to it as well. If you're not used to doing these kind of movements, that having your foot leave the floor might feel a little bit like, oh my God, what am I doing? So if that's where you're at, just focus on keeping your body nice and tight, everything nice and active, keeping your eyes fixed at a point on the floor for balance, and just hopping your foot to your edge. So not worrying about it being too wild. If you are in a safe place and you're not going to topple over and hit something, and you're familiar with handstand and you would like to just practice kicking up, we're only going to go to an L-shaped position, not all the way up to handstand, but still you can take it up and play with balancing in a sort of a handstand kick-up position. So working on our shoulders, but knowing it's a full body exercise. Now, starting in downward dog. And we're gonna raise the right leg up, starting in 3-legged dog before we go into our hops. And then bending through that left leg, going into a little hop and down. Lift, draw the navel in and down. So yours might look more like this, but just try to build that strength and trust in your shoulders. We'll go 5 on each side. If you want to do a little balance on the last one, go ahead. And when you've done 5 on one side, taking a little flow over to the other side. Raise the left leg up. This is my uncoordinated side for handstand kick-ups. So you might feel that one side feels a little more natural than the other. Navel drawing in, reaching into your toes. And last one. Step both feet down. Plank, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Knees to the floor. Come to sit on your heels. We're going to do the same again, but with dolphin. So starting by holding dolphin position, then three-legged dolphin, and then little dolphin hops. So if you would like to use your belt to help stabilize that foundation of your forearms, creating a little loop for yourself. Oh, I've knotted this. There we go. Shoulder width apart, so you can get a kind of good read on how big to make it. Looping it over the tops, just above your elbows, the base of your upper arms. And then that really helps you to have a nice strong foundation, because a lot of what happens in dolphin is that your elbows can slip out to the side under the pressure. Okay. So coming into dolphin position. And fingers and thumbs spread nice and wide, so you've got a nice firm base, a nice broad base. And raise your hips up. Starting in dolphin position. So reaching back into your hips, lengthening your heels down toward the floor. Then start to walk your feet in. Lift through the hips. Holding here. Exhale, take a break, knees down. Rest your shoulders. Now coming up again, and we'll do a three-legged hold for a couple of breaths. Get nice and kind of familiar with that three-legged experience. And then if you feel up to doing some little hops, it can even be just a centimeter off the floor. We'll go 5 on each side. Lifting up, taking one leg up, reach into your toes, and then we'll go hop, lower down. Navel drawing in as you hop up. Knees to the floor, take a break between sides if you like. When you're ready to go again, lift up, raise the leg, left leg up this time. And moving into some hops. Both feet to the floor. Back to dolphin, knees to the floor. Release your belt. Ah, yes. Child's pose. You know what? I'm going to go indulge child's pose over the bolster. Is it too early for this? Nah. And relax your shoulders. Turn your head to the other side if you're using your bolster. And now, slowly, press yourself up. We've got one more standing pose or sequence before we really come down to the floor. Reaching your hands forward, lift back. Nice big stretch in downward dog. Jump your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands come down through your heart center and sweep one leg back, coming into a wide-legged standing position. Turn your toes in slightly. And let's start with just an easy standing forward fold first. Hands to your hips. Press your elbows back toward each other. Lengthen your spine, hinging at the hips as you fold forward. And then dropping your hands to the floor. If the crown of your head comes to the floor, taking your head to the floor. Just taking a little bit of an easy stretch in this position. Then inhale, raise your hands to your hips, come up to standing. Interlock your hands behind your back. Roll your shoulder blades in toward each other, and same again. So toes are slightly turned in, pigeon-toed, and folding forward at the hips, taking your arms up, 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 and over. And again, maybe crown of your head comes to the floor. And just gently encouraging your arms down toward the floor as you continue to press into your feet and lift into your arches, activating and lifting through that whole inner line of your legs. Couple more breaths here. Bend through the knees, raising the arms up, lifting yourself back up to standing. Release your hands. Turn your toes out. Now taking your arms up. Exhale, bend through the knees, coming into goddess pose. Cactus arms. Press your forearms back. Holding this position. Settling into your breath and making sure that your knees are working back and not collapsing inwards. So strong through the hips. Press into your feet, press the knees back, and press your forearms back. And then open up the arms, straight arms. We're going to make little circles. Palms are up to start with, and taking it back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back to center, turn the palms down, forwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, and back. Good. Now making fists, curling your thumbs in and your fingers over your thumbs. And again, forward and back. Okay, come back to center. We're going to make larger movements now, making bigger circles. And come back to center, change directions. Good. Come back to center. One more exercise. Turn your palms up, fingertips to your shoulders, and just doing that for 10 repetitions. Opening the arms out straight, then fingers come to touch the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relief. Straighten out through your legs. Lower your arms and come back to step to the top of your mat. Whew. Okay, let's flow down to sitting. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump or step back into plank. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. I tell you what, that chaturanga didn't feel as easy. My shoulders are a little bit fatigued already. Couple more breaths here. And from here, getting ready to just jump into a comfortable seated position. And take your legs forward. All right. Making the most of a little yin style break before we go into some plank stuff, some plank series. Lifting, lengthening through your spine. Walk your hands down your legs, folding forward. And trying to settle in, as I mentioned, cultivating just a nice passive attitude as you enter into the pose. Trying to relax, taking this as a bit of an interim rest pose. Softening through your shoulders. Two more breaths here. Slowly release. Reach for your bolster. Coming into a relaxed butterfly position. And take your bolster over your feet. Maybe a block as well, so that you can rest forward. So we're not completely winding down yet, but we're just having a nice nourishing rest period. Letting your shoulders settle, letting everything settle, gathering up your energy again. One more breath. Release out of the pose. Set your props to the side. Okay. Coming over onto all fours. So you're going to go into plank, but we're going to do a side plank series. So set yourself up in plank first. Hips are nice and low. Shoulders are active. Rolling over onto the sides of your feet. So modified version is to stack your feet in front of one another, or full version, stack your feet on top of each other. Then inhale, taking the arm up. So you guys might not be doing the same side as me. I've got right hand to the floor, raising the left arm up. Press into the floor to help activate and lift through your shoulders. If you collapse down into that shoulder, you've got all this body weight hanging to the floor. So lift, 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 lift. Make it easier on your body to hold this position. And roll back onto your toes and over to the other side. Lift through your side body, press that palm into the floor and lift all that energy up into your top fingertips. Exhale. Rolling back over into plank. Variation time now. So you can have fun with this. Either taking your leg up, like so, or even just one leg back. Or, if you feel you can, have a go at reaching for your toe. Exhale. Over to the other side. So have a play. It should be fun. Don't take it too seriously. Come back to plank. Knees to the floor. Take an extended child's pose, stretching into your shoulders, rocking a little from side to side. Lift forward to bring the side of your right forearm to the floor and dropping into that shoulder. Just going into a really nice, easy stretch through your shoulder. Change sides. Press yourself back up. one last fun pose. And then we're going to go over onto our back. So we're going to do crow pose now. If you want to set yourself up with a pillow in front of your face, just in case you do topple forward. Even a bolster might work well as well, just so you've got a bit of cushioning. And now you can take a block underneath your feet, perch yourself like a little crow on your block, and sitting up tall first, separate your knees wide, and then drop your hands to the floor. So hands are underneath your shoulders, and your knees should be able to hug in to your upper arms, because ideally you're going to bend through the elbows and pop your knees to rest on top of your upper arms. So it doesn't matter if your feet don't come off the block, even just practicing the technique and coming forward. All right, so lift, lift, lift through your core. Lifting, lifting, lifting. You can take it 1 foot at a time or just go straight up into it. Holding for about 5 breaths if you can. Lower down. Maybe try without the block as well. So it goes same again, is feet together, take your knees apart, hands to the floor, drop your chest down and start to lift as if you're gonna perch your knees on your upper arms and tilt forward, and then it's kind of a balancing act, lifting through your core. Oop. And release. Relax. Release, come down onto your belly. We are going to be doing a prone shavasana, but just not quite yet. Locust pose now, going into a nice stretch. Starting with your forehead to the floor, arms down alongside your body. Inhale, lifting the head and shoulders, raise the arms, raise your legs. Staying here for a few breaths. Squeeze through your buttocks, reach into your toes and hands. Lower down, turn your head to one side. Now we're going to do the same again, but clasping our hands together. So inhale, forehead to the floor, clasp and interlock your hands. Raise your head and shoulders, raise your arms, raise your legs, and lift through the chest. Reach back into your hands, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale. Turn your head to the other side, release your hands, relax. Now take your hands underneath your shoulders and lift up. Coming to a nice relaxed cobra position. Broaden through your collarbones and lengthen through your spine. And exhale. Take it back into child's pose. Slowly press up. All right, we're going to finish up with a wheel pose. So it has been quite dynamic, quite invigorating today, but it's going to feel so good at the end. So I'm absolutely loving using my bolster under my feet for wheel. And why wheel is a nice one to finish off for shoulders is we've done a lot of work on our shoulders, and this is a really nice way to open and stretch. And we did work into mobilizing through that upper back area. Done lots to open up through this whole shoulder, chest area. Yeah, so with that mindset and emphasis on working into the shoulders, yeah, just see when you take your awareness there, of course it's a full body pose, but and accentuated through the spine, but just see if you can play into your shoulders a little bit more and see if you can work with that edge of lifting the chest and drawing the chest forward over your wrists. And that's what's going to help work into your shoulders more. And remember, we have that option that we practice in the teaching clinic as well, where you can have blocks against the wall here, and then that's a really nice way to emphasize working on the shoulders too, because you've got this tangible reference point of working your chest in toward the wall. Taking your time to move into the pose. Doesn't matter if you don't go all the way up too. You can use the edge of your bed or a chair to pop your feet on top of. Taking your hands out so you've got a bit of distance away from your shoulders. And lift through the hips, press into your feet, press into your palms, and come up into the pose. Breathing naturally. And release when you're ready. Ah, yes. So invigorating. If you'd like to go again, you can go into the pose one more time. If not, just hugging your knees into your chest. Drawing your knees in and lengthen your tailbone down toward the floor. Let's move my bolster out to the side. So as a counter pose, just coming over into a standing forward fold with your feet nice and wide, hanging forward, cradling your elbows. Emphasis here is you can maybe bend through your knees to take away from the hamstrings and really just try to lengthen through your spine, letting gravity just pull your vertebra downwards, letting it be nice and soft. Two more breaths here. Now taking your hands to the floor and walking yourself all the way out and lower down to come into a prone shavasana. So laying on your front, otherwise known as reverse shavasana. We're not quite ready for shavasana yet, not quite yet. We're getting there though. Just one more spinal twist. So turning your head to the side, laying here for 5 breaths, and then we'll turn our head to the other side for 5 breaths. Just letting everything be nice and soft and heavy. Turning your head to the other side. Okay, from here, take your right arm out at shoulder height, and we're going to roll back over to the right and you'll feel a little bit of a shoulder stretch there. So right in the front of your shoulder. And depending on how much space you have as well, you can bring it into a bit of a spinal twist. I'm looking incredibly awkward here. Reaching that top foot back and maybe opening up through the knee. And slowly roll back to center. Now extending the left arm out at shoulder height. And rolling your body back, reaching the top leg back and over to the left. Got the spot. That was delicious. Come back to center. And now, rolling over onto your back. Taking any last poses or stretches that your body is craving. And then making yourself comfortable in Shavasana. Making use of any of your props that you like to use for Yoga Nidra. And I'll sit up to guide you through this final section of our class. Turning off any lights or maybe just covering your face if you like. Yes. And noticing how your mind feels. Noticing if everything is feeling a little bit more clear and calm, hopefully. And then also noticing how your body feels, but extra observation to your whole shoulder area. I've definitely got a little bit of that nice fatigue feeling through my shoulders where I can feel that they've been worked, but they also feel nice and open. Hopefully, I'm hoping they have that nice little bit, and for you guys too, not sore, but just, you know, that nice feeling where you've worked a part of your body and it has that little bit of nice tightness to it the next day. All right, and then really dropping into your body now. Letting go of any particular awareness of your body. Starting to draw away from sensations. I'm just trying to settle in internally. Becoming the silent witness of your body. And the silent witness of your mind. Just taking this time to take a break from all of the happenings in your day. Taking a break from your to-do lists, your responsibilities, all the different hats that you might wear. Allowing yourself this time to simply be. anytime your mind questions, what am I supposed to be doing? Or anytime your mind wanders into busyness, activity, just seeing if you can practice pratyahara, withdrawing the senses, withdrawing like a turtle, drawing its limbs and its head into its shell, exercising that muscle of our capacity to actually draw away from the external world, away from our senses and away from our mind. Now, beginning to stay in that nice quiet place, but starting to wake up your body a little in order to get ready for our kirtan practice. So if you want to stay lying down because you feel nice and relaxed and cozy, you can stay where you are. If you'd like to sit up for our kirtan, you can roll yourself over onto one side. Take a moment for yourself and then press yourself up. Alright. Just staying in that nice meditative state as you rest your mind and heart in these beautiful sacred mantras, the ultimate resting place for the spirit soul. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine Yaten Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasade Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasade Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Last time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol. Okay, closing off our practice by bringing our palms together in prayer position, bowing our heads to offer our respects to each other, and bowing our heads once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste. Haribol, namaste. How's your shoulders feeling? I always find it hard to judge how hard to go, and I feel like I still fall in that range of semi-gentle hard, not like hardcore hard. Would that be right? Yeah? Like it wasn't too... Yeah. Okay, cool. Would you like it to go harder? Do you want me to turn it up a notch, or is it kind of like a good hard? It's good. Because I don't want... I never want someone's practice to be so hard that they're exhausted for the rest of the day. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it should be challenging, but actually invigorating, and you feel like it's just sparked your energy, or you know what I mean? But sometimes if you take it that next level, it's just like the rest of the day you're like, I need a nap. So anyway, just tell me if you ever want it harder, ask to like dial up the challenge, and I'll bring it, you know.
Not really. If I do too hard on my shoulders, I find it triggers my neck.
Yeah, especially, yeah, a lot of people do have like trigger points and stuff, knots in their shoulders too.
I feel
Yeah,
like this opens up
cool.
really well. Yeah.
All right, well, sweet dreams and good day, and nice to practice with you guys. And I'll see you online, maybe on Saturday if you can make it.
Happy running, Susan and Sammy.
Thanks.